So what we're doing here is drawing the fermenting juice off the bottom, which is all down here, into our little buffer tank, and then pumping it back up over with this irrigator here and having the wine permeate through the bed, extracting all those goodies, the tannin, color of course, and all the wonderful stuff that makes up a body of a wine. Now, a more traditional way to extract is to take and submerge or punch down the cap into the fermenting juice below. A volume in this case, this is 1.6 tons. We have our own number for how many gallons we think on average we get per ton from our grapes. This is every winery that's making big red wine wants to extract as much as they can to a point, the tannin, all the fruitiness, all the body, color of course. And this is very common. I mean, I guess you can hop in there and trot on it like they do in Portugal in some cases, but not very efficient. This will take 4 or 5 days, depending on what we're getting and how efficient the yeast are or the fermentation is. As they get down to where they've consumed all or most of the sugar, and we think there's enough tannin and goodies, we'll make that decision just ad hoc, if you will. It's a little tricky early on in a wine's life, and it's not as critical because it's just all sugar. It's just starting, and it's hard to get past that. But when it gets down there to where most of the sugar's gone, you're able to get past the sugar and really taste the other constituents in the wine, the tannin, the body, fruitiness. So Kevin just pumped a volume, and I'm gonna taste it and see if we wanna go more right now or just wait and do another pump over this afternoon. Although it's not completely wine, we tend to spit a lot around here. Otherwise, by the end of the day, you're filling it. These wines are picking up some tannin. This is up at 16 bricks. Still got a ways to go, and I would hate to overdo it. Why don't we do a sugar, because it's Petite Sirah, it's getting, but we might as well make it big. Why don't we assume we'll do a half volume this morning? So now we're gonna continue on with doing the same thing to our Petite Sirah here. Petite Sirah, we typically make this blended in with some Zinfandel. This year we decided to make each of these varieties separate. And we'll make a blend. They go into a very popular wine of ours, the MXB or Mixed Blacks blend. We'll also have some Barbera that's already been pressed and some Carignan that is actually still hanging out in the vines. Mostly where it's growing, what the French like to call terroir. You know, the soils makes up how the vineyard's laid out, the porosity of the soil. Any other vegetation living around there can have a lot of effect. And of course, yeah, a variety. I mean, every variety is unique, not always distinct, but unique in its own way. In the case of Petite Sirah, very unique and very distinctive.